Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. If you're on YouTube, I tried to fix the stream because I have you streaming, I hope, through my AirPods. If you're not, and you're on Instagram, usually that sound should work. So I'm hoping this helps out a little bit because I have a lot of ambient noise. There's a lot of construction being done, work being done around here. So just bear with me here. And you're going to want to stick with this one because this is a really, really nice workout. Now, for some of you guys that have experience with kettlebells, you're going to like this one today because this might be familiar, but maybe not in this style. So I'm excited to share this one with you guys. A little bit about myself. My name is Alex Carew. I live here in Venice Beach, California, and I am a Strong First Elite coach. I'm also a beast tamer, and I work with kettlebells almost daily, pretty much. I teach people how to use them, move them properly. You might have seen all my content through the Kettlebell Kings or my own page or posted wherever. I'm excited to share whatever I can with you. Any information I can give you that helps you move these things, well, I'm happy about that, all right? I do definitely teach in the hard style, okay? So hard style just means maximal tension, okay? So that's what is gonna make this a little bit different today. I'm gonna get us right into this because I wanna go through this so we can actually start a cycle of it, all right? So if you notice here, I have a couple kettlebells lined up, all right? Now, just so you know, this is my Friday workout. This is normally what I do on every Friday, if I can do it, okay? So with this, with the way I do this, you'll see I do a 10-minute cycle, okay? I'm gonna just kind of get us going with it. We're gonna do a few rounds. We'll probably get to 10, but I'm not gonna put us exactly on the minute. You'll see why, just because it's a pretty intense one. And because I did it already, I'm already blasted from this one. All right, I got a couple Kettlebell Kings bells right here. These are 20s. Normally I do this one with a couple 24s. But when I start with 20s here, or I started with 20s on this one to be able to build up to 24s, you'll see what I'm talking about when we do this. All right, so let me show us the end result of what we're gonna end up doing. And it really is only two moves today. It's just a clean and it's a jerk, okay? Now, important thing on the jerk, couple things to be aware of. It's a pretty advanced kettlebell movement because it doesn't look like much, but basically what you're doing is you're driving through the bell and getting under the bell to come to stand, okay? Different than a push press. Now, for some of you guys that are maybe having a hard time with the jerk or getting the timing down, I'm gonna just tell you, just do a push press, okay? That's where your legs stay locked, okay? There's no second catch to be able to get there, okay? Now, the jerk is going to allow you to move the most amount of weight for most amount of weight you can overhead, okay? So just be aware of that. That's why this move's important, all right? So a little bit more about myself and then we'll get started here. I told you guys I live in Venice Beach. I was in the ocean this morning for sunrise. I love it here. I got a few bookings today and I'll play some hockey tonight. So I have a pretty good life out here and all of these movements that we do fit my lifestyle. It's a really active lifestyle. These are the type of things that allow me to, as they say, is as the kids are saying, I don't even know if they're saying it anymore, live my best life, okay? So I hope if you could take any of this or anything away from this, it's going to allow you to be more durable in the real world, okay? So whatever you got going on at home, this is going to help you if you can get good at this one, okay? So I do this once a week. You could, of course, do this more than once a week, all right? So like I said, I have two bells. You can totally do this with one, okay? So I am going to show you with one first so you get an idea what's going on. So the first move you're going to have is going to be our kettlebell clean. Now, a couple things on the clean. I'm just going to go through this relatively quick because this is a more advanced course, so I'm not going to go through all the nuance of it. Remember, a couple things. We want to clean low. We don't want to clean to the rack. So when you clean to the rack, you have to catch it, okay? So you want to think about cleaning to what's called the handshake. So it's this position, all right? And you're going to see when I do that, it's going to be nice and smooth. It shouldn't be banging your wrist, all right? So right here, I'm going to go step, step, one kettlebell. I'm just going to go clean, and it looks like that, okay? If you've done the clean before, let's practice a few of these, okay? Let's just do 3 cleans here, all right? So you'll notice my setup, step, step. I'm going to send my hips back, hands on bell in 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 clean. 2, one more, and 3, and park the bell. Good, okay. Just shake it out real quick. We're going to come right to the other side. All right, let's go step, step in 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 clean on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. So if you do have questions on this, don't worry. At the end, I'm going to have a nice Q&A, okay? We'll do a little meditation before we go into the Q&A, but we will do that at the end, all right? So save your questions for the end. If you're asking them now, please just hold off until the end. All right. So guys, the clean, you got the idea of that. Now, little nuance to this, and when you're doing high rep ranges like I'm doing here, you're gonna notice I'm gonna actually change my grip. So most of you guys, when you clean the bell, you're gonna just grip the bell completely, just like this, okay? What I'm gonna teach you is called what's called a tiger grip. So if you look, it's going to be sticking my finger into the bell like that. All right. So be aware of that. That tiger grip, what it does for higher rep range, it takes some of that pressure off of the grip. Okay. Because the first thing to go on these long cycles are usually grip. All right. And especially when you're doing in the hard style, because there's a lot of tension, it's one way to get an edge where you're creating a little tension, but it's not going to be killing your grip. Okay. So when you clean it, you're going to notice my hand's going to switch right to that grip there. Okay. So what I want to do is I just want you to do one clean and we're just going to work on getting that grip right. So first side, step, step, hips, hands in 3, 2, 1, clean it up. And now look, my hands go right to it. So if you look right here, look how my hands are sticking into the kettlebell. You see how it's really like a tiger grip, like a little tiger right there. Okay, you see that? That's where I want you there because when you end up going overhead for a lot of reps, this is going to make your life a lot easier. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay, so the next move, real quick, we'll go through it. It's going to be our jerk. Okay, so the jerk is going to be a really explosive and powerful move, and it is a ballistic. Okay, so you can do a few things with your press. You can, of course, grind it overhead, just strict press where everything's locked out going overhead. But with the jerk, remember, there's 2 moves. You're going to drive, your heels are going to come up, they go right down, then you drop down into your knees. So you're basically getting under the bell, and then you come to stand. Okay. As I mentioned, if you can only do a push press, that's fine too. Okay. But remember, the motion is just this, and you can practice with me without the weight. You're going to basically dip down, drive, back under, and then you come to stand. Okay. You kind of need weight to be able to feel this, but just be aware of that. All right. So let's practice 2 jerks one side, and then we'll go 2 jerks the other side, and we'll practice with that tiger grip if you have it in your arsenal. If not, it's no big deal. If you're new to this and you're still figuring out all these moves, you can just do a regular grip, okay? But I'm gonna go tiger grip. All right, so let's go step, step, hands, hips. Let's grip the bell in 3, 2, 1, clean it up. I'm going tiger grip. Okay, now watch. I'm gonna go really slow with this one. Join me on this one. So we're gonna dip, I'm gonna drive, get under, and then I stand, okay? Now watch, from here, I'm gonna cut the elevator cord and lights out. Power cut right there. Okay, I'm gonna drive it again. You ready for this? We're gonna dip, we're gonna drive, get under, and then stand. Good. Power cut, and then park the bell. Good. Okay. So that's going to be your dip and drive version of this. All right. Now, if you um, if you notice a couple things there, I talked about the power cut. Okay. I'm receiving the bell. My knees are acting as shock absorbers there. Okay. So just be aware of that. That's going to be a nice, smooth way to do it. You'll see when you do a lot of these, again, it helps your flow. Let's go to the other side. So step, step, hands, hips, hands in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean it up. Okay. Now look, I'm in that tiger grip on this side. Okay. If you need to adjust your feet, go for it. Now watch. I'm going to dip. I'm going to drive, get under, and then I stand. Power cut. Okay. Dip, drive, under, and then power cut. Good. Okay. So you notice it's one continuous motion here. Okay. Now, because we did that one, I want to get you going for those of you guys that have double bells, because ideally with this long cycle, you are doing this with double bells. Please go lighter than you might think, okay? Anytime we're going overhead mobility, you need to be able to be in this position, all right? If you're forward here, you're not in a good position, you got to work on your mobility. So likely this wouldn't be the complex for you, okay? But we're going to do the same thing. Now, I'm going to do that dip drive again, but then I'm going to speed it up, okay? So we're going to go 5 reps here, all right? But I want you to, if you're going to join along on this one, I want you to follow along the first 2. We're going to do that dip, drive, under, and then power cut, then dip, drive, under, then power cut. Okay, so we're going to take our time, and then I'm going to have you go more of a speed. So it's going to be a dip, drive, under. Okay, it's going to be a little bit more fluid. All right, double bell people, grab it now. Here we go. Let's line up. Step, step, hands and hips in 3, 2, 1. Clean it up. So look, I go tiger grip. I'm going to step my feet in a little bit. So watch, we're going to dip, drive, under the bells, stand, and then power cut. Okay, we're going to do it again. Dip, drive, under the bells, up. There's 2. Okay, now we're going to go a little faster. So watch. It's going to go dip, drive, up. 3. Again. dip, drive up, 4, and then dip, drive up, and 5. Good, park it. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys with whatever version of the jerk you're doing, whether you're doing single bell or double, okay? You can see where that's a little bit more fluid when you start doing that dip, drive under and up, okay? But if you're finding that you're lagging along, what I want you to do is make sure you do that dip, drive, under. So take a little bit more time. That's how I learned it. I actually had a little trouble learning this one when I first learned it because my timing was a little off. I was doing like a triple dip. I couldn't figure it out. But if you see that looks smooth now, it's one after I had really good coaches help me with it. I also practice it a lot. Like I told you guys, I do this once a week. So now it feels pretty smooth and fluid here. Okay. Now, real quick before we get into this, the philosophy of hardstyle. Now, you've probably seen people do the double jerk or the long cycle here. Now, if you're doing sports style, this is going to be a little bit different than the type I'm teaching. Okay. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying it's a different style. Okay. Because sports style, you're trying to conserve so you can do high reps. Okay. I call you guys marathoners. I like to sprint myself, get in and get out personally, but I give you guys credit because it's really hard what you do. Okay. So for you guys that are doing more sports style, you're going to see yourself leaning back, holding something like that. Okay. I don't really want to teach it because I'm not even qualified to teach you that style, but I know what it looks like where your hands come together and everything. I don't want to see that if you're working out for this style, please, because it's going to be hard style. At the top, you're always a plank position, okay? So glutes, quads, abs are all on, okay? So we're nice and tight holding that rack position. All right, so when we clean it up, we want to be in this position. When we jerk, we dip, we get under, but our stomach's really tight right here, and then we come to stand. So you should be all locked out the top. So you should have a nice flex in here as you're coming through. Then when you come back down, you got to receive, but hold that cylinder, okay? So you're not leaning back, and then you receive it, okay? That's a really important cue on this one, just because in the hard style, you're not going to be conserving the energy. You want to be that full out sprinter, okay? Now, here is the way I do this one, and you could take with this whatever you want because we're going to do 10 total rounds of this, okay? You could do 3 reps. You could do 4 reps. You could do 5 reps, okay? You could go 6, 7, 8. You could even go 10. That's fine because you have theoretically on the minute here, okay? I always like to use in these what I call the talk tests. It's more for me than you because I just want to be able to talk to you guys and teach you as we go. But what we're going to do is you need to pick a weight that you can be somewhere. For me, when I do this, I do 6 reps. I've been on 60 reps with the 24s. That's 60 total reps for 10 minutes. I've been on that for 2 years now, maybe. It doesn't move very fast because this is definitely more of an endurance type workout. Okay. So just be aware of that. All right. And if your numbers are a little low, that's okay. Right now I'm doing the double 20s. Okay. I know I could do around 8 to 10 with these, but I'm not going to. I'm still going to stick to probably 5. Maybe I'll move up to 6 in the later rounds. Okay. But I'm giving you that as an option. Okay. It's totally up to you where your body feels like what it feels like it needs on this one. All right. So that means each round you're only doing between 3 and 8 reps likely, okay? If you want more of an endurance workout, yeah, go higher. If you want more of a strength workout, go heavier, okay? It's going to stop you in your tracks to be able to do a lot of reps, okay? And then remember, whatever you're doing each round, if you're doing 3, you do 3 times 10, well, you're at 30 there, okay? So you know how many reps you're doing and you can increase this over time. So I told you I do 6s. That means I'm at 60 reps every time, okay? I'd love to increase it, but it still feels like it's pretty challenging. All right, so we're gonna line it up. If you're doing one side, okay, be aware of this. You're gonna go maybe 3 reps one side, okay? Then you can swing it through. You can do 3 reps the other side, and that would be one cycle for you, and then you'd park it, okay? I'm not gonna show that version. I'm only gonna show the double bell version, okay? Just be aware of that if you're doing single bells. Otherwise, if you're doing double bells, follow along with the kid, okay? Let's get this going. All right, so like I told you, 3 to 8 reps. If you're getting 8, maybe go up the bell size. All right, we're going to go through this long cycle. All it is, it's going to be a clean, okay, and then a jerk, okay? We come back down, we clean, and a jerk, okay? So let me show you real quick before you get going. Right here, you're going to clean it up, tiger grip, jerk, and then back through, and then you're going to clean again, and then jerk. Okay, so it looks just like that. All right, that's what you're going to be doing. You choose the rep count that works for you. All right, What do you think? You ready to kick this off? I know I am. That sun's kind of coming out. It's cloudy, it's coming out. I'm ready to work out today. I hope you are too. Okay, let's have some fun with this. I'm going to go 5 here. Here we go. Round number 1. 5 seconds here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean. Jerk. 1. There's 2 for me. Clean. Jerk. 3. Clean. Jerk. 4. And then 1 more. Clean. And jerk. Good. And park. Okay. I'm doing 5. Some of you are still going. Remember, quick tip. If you're going and you need a little bit more time or it feels a little fast, slow it down. Do that dip. Hold it. Get under it. And then come up. Okay. Be aware of that, please, because with this one, yeah, it adds up. You'll see. That's only 1 round. We have 10 of these. All right. Okay. I'm going to kind of gauge it around a minute. It's early, so we'll keep going here. All right. So grab the weights you need now again. We're going for round 2. Okay. I'm going to stick to 5. Here we go. 5 seconds here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean and jerk. 2. There's 3 for me. 4. 1 more. And 5. Good. Okay. That's 2 cycles down for me. All right. Whew, I'm feeling it. Okay, so I'm gonna shake it out. It doesn't help that I already did 60 of these before with a little heavier weight. All right. That's why I might be gassed a little bit. But yeah, I want you to see the technique because no matter what, even when I'm in this state of being a little fatigued here, I'm gonna keep making sure I dial back in the form. That might mean you might even see me drop reps, okay? Not because I want to, but probably because I have to, okay? Okay, we're ready for round number 3. Here we go, 3 of 10. So step, step in 4, 3, 2, 1, clean, and jerk. And you go at your pace, however many you can get in this cycle. That's 2 for me. 3, 4, 1 more. And 5 for me. If you're still going, keep going here, okay? Whew. You'll see me do a little fast and loose in between, just shaking it out. That's 3 down. Okay, now's the time. If you're done with that cycle, fast and loose, okay? Like I said, I'm on 5s. 3s is fine. If you're getting less than 3, probably go down and wait, okay? If you're just learning the technique, though, maybe it just matches my timing, okay, with the 3. Okay. What do you think? You ready for round 4? Keep this moving and grooving. All right, here we go. Step, step, hips in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean and jerk. 1. There's 2. 3. Number 4. And 5. Good. And that finishes the 4th cycle for me. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to be fast and loose in between. I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to move it and groove it. Okay. So 4 down. We're getting there. 1 more round, then we're halfway through. At the halfway point, it's a good time for you to measure, how's this weight feel? Is it light? Is it heavy? If it's too light, maybe consider going up a bell size. If you're doing single bell, same thing. Go up a bell size. If it's too heavy or you're barely finishing or you're huffing and puffing, go down a bell size. No one's impressed by your weight, I can assure you that. It's more about the technique and that you can move it with good technique, okay? If your form's going south, please go down. Take the ego out of it. I'm telling you, that's the best lesson and the hardest lesson I've learned. I've had too many injuries to count. That's the reason why I'm always happy to go less weight with better technique. All right, here we go. Round 5. Step, step in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean, jerk. There's 1. Number 2. 3. 4. One more for me. And that's 5. Good. Cool. Okay. So that's 5 down. Now's the time. How am I feeling? How you feeling, Alex? Can I go up weight? No. I'm good with this right now. But maybe it'd be a time to think about, oh, you know what? I want to do a little higher rep range. Maybe I'll go down a bell size. So you have those options there. They're there for you. Now's the time for me. I'm just going to chalk up real quick. Okay. Always helps. All right. So you're 5 down. Okay. You're halfway through. For some of you guys, depending on where you're at, if you're doing 5s, you have 25 reps in. You're working to 50 like I am. Okay. If you are doing 6s, you're working to 60. You're at 30 right now. Okay. Just be aware of that. All right. And if you're doing the single arm one, well, your heart rate's probably pretty high right now. That was a little caveat with the single arm stuff. Okay. What do you think? Round number 6. Let's do it. Step, step, hips in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean it up. Jerk. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay. That's 6 down. We're working our way through. I'm going to do a little fast and loose, a little jig. What does your dance look like at home? Let me see your best wiggly moves. Why not? Okay. It helps though, guys, because if you just stand there, well, all that sludge, aka lactic acid, builds up. You start to feel it, okay? That's why you see me moving and grooving in between. You can't stop it. Okay, so we got 6 down. Round 7. How are we feeling? I'm telling you, this is no joke, this workout. Okay, here we go. Step, step, hips, hands on bell in 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. One more for me. And 5. Good. Okay. 7 down. All right. A couple things I didn't talk about, but definitely important. What's your breath look like? On every ballistic hinge, we want to make sure that we have that breath. TSSST. Okay. That's going to be create the contraction in your belly. Okay. That's when the bells are moving away from you. Okay. I go up. I always want to let the bell out. Same thing. Let the air out there. And then I come back through and I repeat. Okay. I do this like double breath type of thing. The more you do it, the more natural it gets, to the point where I don't think about my breath too much. Okay. But you want to make sure that when you're doing the explosive moves, the clean and then the drive, we have an outward breath. Okay. That's the important thing on this one. Okay. Round number 8. Let's do this. Step, step, hands on bell in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean and jerk. There's 1, 2, 3. Make sure those elbows lock. 4. And 5. Good. Okay. So again, if you're still going, take your time. It's 8 down. You only got 2 left. 2 measly rounds. Anyone else feeling this? Anyone else feeling good? I like these. I like going ballistic overhead. It's rare because normally I'm so used to that strength, the grindy stuff. Great, great. I do it, most of my strength is built on that. But some of this more endurance stuff, going overhead especially, oh, my shoulders are burning like no other. There's not many things I can do that would help me get a little bit more endured, a little bit more powerful going overhead. Okay, and this does end up helping your strict overhead press too. I'm telling you, I've done this for a long time now, 2 years. It really helped me get heavier weight overhead. All right, what do you think? Round number 9, second to last round. Let's do it. Step, step, hips, hands, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean and jerk. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, so that's 9 for me. That means that we have one round left. All right, that won't take too long. Do a little shakeout, make sure I'm fresh for this last round. All right, so as you get to the end here, maybe you're like me, you're feeling pretty fatigued, okay? Like you don't have much left to give. I want you to make these last whatever number you're doing, 3, 5, 8, whatever it looks like. Make these the most powerful yet. How tight can you be when you're going overhead and receiving? Okay. On the way down, how much can you keep it packed to make sure that your core is braced? We got this one. Let's make this count. Last round here. Here we go. Round 10. Hit step, hands in 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 5 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. And 5. Good. So if you're done, good job. If you're still going, go for it. Okay. Just move these forward a little bit. Get us ready for the next part. So I'm going to keep moving here because my heart rate's really high. If you're anything like me, you probably are too. Okay. That means you probably picked the right weight. It means you probably made this work. Okay. So please move around. And if you're smart, don't talk like I'm doing. Okay. My heart rate's going to take a little longer if I keep chatting with you. All right. So I'll do a little fast and loose. I'll just start to ease in. So you'll see me kind of trying to stay in screen, but you'll see me walking around. But nice work. The hard part of the workout is over. Okay. We're going to get into, I always like to finish these, a little mindfulness, a little just quieting the mind. It's a really nice way to finish it. Okay. Because so much about what we do with the kettlebells is creating that mind body connection. Okay. I know it sounds cliche, but really, a lot of these movements, the biomechanical breathing, meaning it goes with your biomechanics, your breath moves with your body. Okay. Because we very connected to do it. I know it seems like, well, sounds a little wooey or whatever. But to me, I think that's a really important thing with the kettlebells that when you start to realize them, you start to move them smoothly, well, you control these things. They don't ever control you. Okay. I like to think of it like that. And with that, you need to be really connected. Okay. These things will tell you likely whether your weight's too heavy, whether it's too light, whether your form's right or wrong. These things are no joke here. Okay. So why I like to bring it into the meditation to kind of finish the practice of that. Okay. We're very bodily connected in these movements. We do a little mindfulness, a little quieting of the mind. It kind of brings you to that inner peace, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We all have different names for it, but if you could, please join me here. We'll go through the Q&A at the end of this. So if you do have questions, please ask after this one. Okay. But when you're ready, find a comfortable seated position. If you need to rest up on something, that's totally fine. I'm going to remove the fleshy part of the butt. I'm going to cross my legs. Okay. And if you need to be on your knees or if you need to be sitting on a chair, that's okay too. Okay. I just want you to take a second, whatever's going to allow you to sit tall, feel that spine elongate. We're going to make yogi fingers. We're going to put them on top of our knees. We're going to close our eyes. You're going to take a deep breath into the nose, all the way into the belly, and out the nose. Into the nose, into the belly, and then full exhalation out the nose. In the nose, even deeper, and out the nose. And just keep that fluidity here. Now's the time for you as you keep that breath nice and deep. Now's a really good time to allow your mind to relax. Maybe focus on just nothing. I call it the void or no mind. That's where nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out. You just kind of are, you just kind of be, and you just kind of breathe. And that's it. Join me on a few deep breaths here. Clear that mind. All right, guys, keep that breath nice and deep. Keep those eyes closed. Just start to bring awareness back in your body, maybe by wiggling those fingers and toes, feeling the sensations of being able to control the areas of your body. Mind starts to come back in where you are, what you are, and still breathe deep. All right, guys, keeping that breath nice and deep. Take your hands, put them over your physical heart. And I want you to feel your heartbeat beating for you. This thing right here is going to beat for you on average 100,000 times a day. Give it back whatever you feel like it needs right now. More of the emotional heart, maybe. Whatever you feel like you need in your life or what your heart needs. Maybe kindness, being a little bit more gentle, maybe a little love, a little light, whatever you want to call it. Just feel awareness into that heart. And if we could bring our hands to a prayer position, let's just bow our head. And if I could ask you to, I want you to pick someone in your life that makes you feel special. Someone that you could truly be yourself with and that makes you feel special. Good. And when you finish that, you can come back tall, start to gently open those eyes. And welcome back, folks. We got Amazon in the video too. What's up, brother? Thank you, man. I don't even know what I ordered. Probably something good. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time with me and the Kettlebell Kings. Some exciting stuff I have going for you. I have the book that I have written with them in collaboration. It's pretty much done. I just shot some of the photography for it. So if you like my style, you're going to definitely like this book. It's called Kettlebell for Beginners. It's going to be very 101. So if you're new to bells or you like my style of the way I move them, well, you got to start here. It's a foundational course. Okay. So you're going to like that program I have for you guys. It's definitely really, really entry, but the skills, you can't do enough of them. That's what I always tell people. Okay. I would like to open up to a Q&A. Okay. So some questions you might have. I'm going to start out on YouTube here. Okay. So Instagram, I'll come to you, but you can start asking the questions if you're on Instagram. YouTube, let me see what you got for me. Okay. Let me see. Dima, good one. Enjoy going to work out more. Good. I'm glad. I hope this was inspiring for you. Yeah, I really enjoy coaching you. Beth, you say, "Oh, I missed this. Come back soon." Mind, body, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, glad that you relate to that. Let's see, McGree. I joined with 16 kilograms, but I burned out midway through. Yep. Okay. Went down 30-pound dumbbells. Not much of a difference. And the last 3 sets went for 20 pounds. That was really nice. And I was able to control the weight, not let it control me. You explained it. Good. I'm glad that helped. Yeah. The only thing I'm going to say is you could totally do this with dumbbells. It's kind of difficult though, because it doesn't create the same sensation of swinging the bells back, because with the dumbbells, it's hard to create that clearance. So you actually might need to go for the side and then do it. It still works though. It's just, the bells are going to be a little bit more effective. But if you're newer to this and you haven't done this, yeah, that's probably, if that's where you're at and that's safer, totally do that. But I'm glad that helped. And I don't know, actually, the person that asked that question, really good point, saying, hey, I started a little too heavy, I went down. That's actually really common. That happens to a lot of people when they do this. It seems easy at first, and then when you do 10 cycles of it, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm on fire right now. If I chose too heavy of a kettlebell or dumbbell in this case, yeah, you're gonna feel this one for sure. Okay, so glad that yeah, buy a smaller kettlebell. That's a good point too. Yeah, there are plenty of them around. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna go to Instagram because I know that there was a lot. Let me see what's in the chat here. Hi, IG. I'm just going to say hi to you guys to let you know that it's open for if you guys do have questions. Okay. Other questions we might have. Okay. Anything that maybe came up in this. I just want to see that there's no more. Anything that maybe came up in this or that was confusing. Okay. Let me see what we got. Okay, Melanie asked a good question. She asked about the heels on the ground. I was trained by a professional Olympic barbell with Olympic lifts before I started with kettlebells. I found many parallels and thought both use triple extension. So yeah, so that's a good question. And the thing is with the kettlebells, it is hard to relate them to the barbells. I mean, I've seen literally with the barbell, like you leave your feet to come to that jerk. I've seen if you're doing a split jerk, there's a lot of different techniques you could do with that. Okay. I'm only showing with the kettlebells. Okay. So I can't really give you the parallel so much with the Olympic list, just because honestly, I don't feel qualified enough to share that with you as far as like some of the more ballistic-y barbell lifts, because I don't really do them myself anyway. I do more of like I do Olympic lifts, but more of the strength gaining ones, not necessarily the performance ones. Great moves. I'm not taking anything away from them. But with the kettlebells, one of the things you'll notice is that all it happens is you're basically going, you do dip, you got that one drive. That's the first extension. You get under the bell. So I always think like similar to a barbell, you're getting under the barbell, the heels come down, and then I stand. Okay. So judge it how you want, but you take that information what it's worth. I know it's hard to parallel, but that's a really good point and good question. Yeah. And I'm sorry I don't have maybe better information for you on that one. But the way I teach it, that's how it looks. Okay. And that's in the hard style. Again, there might be a triple extension in the sports style. I don't teach that one, so I can't speak on that. All right, what else do you got for me? Let me see. I feel like I saw another question on Instagram. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much again for joining me. If you would like to know more information on me, you can, of course, follow my Instagram page. It's at Alex Carew. I'm on YouTube at Alex Carew. I have a new website that's going to be coming out over the next, hopefully, month. It's like 4 to 6 weeks, likely. I've been working really hard on it. So I've shot a lot of really good content. Again, if you like my style, I'm so happy and honored to work with you guys. So I really hope that this helps. I hope that I explain this in a way where you understand it. And I really appreciate you just coming out and working out with me on this beautiful day. So, guys, thank you for joining me and the Kettlebell Kings. Until next time, I will see you in about a month. Take care, guys.